Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to the Beardy Explorer channel. I am Will, and today got a little bit of a different, more interesting, potentially, video for you. Those of you who obviously been watching my videos, thank you very much for doing that, and obviously welcome to all my new subscribers. Had a bit of an influx just recently, so thank you ever so much. I'm into me throwing knives at the minute, and behind me you can see I've got my targets. One's an old kitchen table from yesterday year, which is falling to bits and looking a bit shabby, and I made a little bit of another one here from some scrap wood I had from making my benches in my workshop. Now they're sort of like an end grain, well not an end grain, like a board one, and I wanted end grain log ends, so I managed to get hold of them last night, and that is today's task, is to get them out of the car and try and get them either mounted or just into the back garden, because, well, you'll see how big they are. They're absolutely massive, and I'm not sure how I'm going to move them, to be perfectly honest. It took two of us to put them in, and I'm on my own at the minute, so leverage, wheelbarrow, time, patience. Obviously I've got a bit of a gammy back anyway, so just take my time, see how we get on. So yeah, bit of a different video for you today, so hope you enjoy it, and let's crack on and get these slabs moved. Whew, right, there we go. So that was a bit of a mission. God, it's when it's one of the hottest days of the year as well for 2024. I think we're here at 22 degrees, which, you know, it's not that hot, but I mean it's hot enough for us because we've had a right miserable winter, but by the by. But anyway, what have I bought? I've bought 3 nice big sections of poplar tree. So apparently when speaking to the tree surgeon I got these off, he said these are probably one of your better woods, because I was originally going to go for some pine timber, and he said I've got some poplar, and some axe throwers have asked him for some in the past, and he said that they specified they wanted poplar. So he said I've just got exactly what you need. I've got some new poplar that he chopped down a little while ago, and lo and behold, here we are. So they are some quite girthy old pieces there. They must weigh 60-70 kilos, I'd reckon. Pretty weighty and just awkward to carry, but we got them around the house. It was probably only looks like about a minute or so's worth of footage, but I mean that was a bit of a mission, that was, and I'm surprised I got them out, to be perfectly honest. But a nice bit of leverage, and I used a bit of timber just to slide them about. A little bit of damage on my car, but it's goes with the territory, I suppose, so it is what it is. I wanted the wood, so yeah. But anyway, that is the timber. So I put the table here because I was going to originally see if I could slide it off the barrow onto the table and then try and mount it to that pillar, but that I don't think was going to happen. It was, yeah, no, it wasn't going to work. So I might need to get a bit of assistance and see if I can have somebody help me lift them onto the table at least, so then I can at least screw it from the back. I'm going to probably nip to a hardware store, B&Q or something like that, and get some coach bolts so I can drill through the back and bolt it in nice and sturdily. And I've got several pillars. I might put one on each of these 3 at the front here, or I might put 2 on that one. I'm not sure yet, but that's got them in the backyard anyway. That's the first mission, so yeah, really happy with those. Let's check the dimensions. Luke, what did we get? That is Yeah, good. 30 inches, or height wise, yeah, roughly about the same, 30 to 30. 29 also, so yeah. That's for 2 foot at least in diameter, and I got 29 inches, so got to be pleased with that. The depth, what depth should I go for in the end? We're looking at around about 8 inches roughly, and that one's a little bit bigger. That was 9.5 inches, and this one looks like it's about 10. Yeah, it's about 10. So yeah, good bits of timber then. Right, I'm just jumping in the car now. Ooh. I'll nip over to B&Q and see if I can get some coach bolts and what have you, so we'll get that sorted out now. Plus I wanted to drive my car again just to see, yeah, well, I hope I haven't damaged suspension. I've got coilovers on this car and it did creak a bit when I was driving it home last night. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get out and give it a run this morning as well. So let's get going. And we're back home again now, and I've got me big bolts. They're the biggest ones I could find. I think they're going to be big enough. Got 20 of them. Let's hope that's enough. Right, back out in the garden. I've got a bit of an action plan I think I'm going to try anyway. So somehow I'm going to try and get one of these logs onto the table and then get that bolted to one of the uprights. That is the plan. I'm going to go with, I think it's the biggest one here and that one down there. That one's going to go at the bottom, and then the smaller one here is going to go on top of that one, and then I'm going to try and attach the third one down there onto that at the sort of head height. So yeah, I was on and iron whether to put the base one in first and try and roll the other log up and onto it, or whether to try and pivot it on the table, sort of get the table flat and try and pull it back and see whether I can pivot it onto that. So gonna try a few things and see what happens. Obviously tools for the job. I've just been to B&Q, got myself my big bolts. They are 10mm, no they're not, they're 8mm, 140mm long bolts. I've got some washers to go with them as well. I think what I'll do is I'll drill through the upright. That's a 3x3 upright. Drill through it, and then I've got a fours and a bit, which is a big drill bit. Oh, I think I popped the top off. Come on. Ooh, there we go. It's 35mm fours and a bit, which I'll countersink the hole probably about an inch or so, just so it's flush for a start and people don't catch themselves on the inside of it, and get a bit of fixing into the timber. So that is the plan on that. So yeah, wish me luck, and hopefully I can get it sorted. If not, I'll just have to wait for somebody to give me a lift and resume play after that. So I'll try on my own first and see how it goes. The best start. Just found my forks in a bit. Won't fit in my drill. That's not a good start. Problem solved. Found a 25mm spade bit, so we'll try that. Doesn't look the sharpest to be honest, but what are we doing? plus the washer. Right, there we go. That is the targets installed and looking pretty awesome, if I do say myself. Do say so myself. That is a nice bit of wood, and they are just the right size, I reckon. Perfect, absolutely spot on for my axes and for my knives. So yeah, really happy with the way that they came out and have installed. They weren't actually as bad as I thought they were, as long as you're lifting with your legs and not your back and pivoting correctly. We all got them secured on nicely. I've got 4 bolts in the back of each of these. So there's 4 in that one, actually 3 in that one because it's at the bottom, so it's not going to fall anywhere, is it? It's just holding it up against the upright. And that one's got 4 in it, and I put the my old target on the bottom of that just to protect my pots behind it. And you know, the missus will probably be a bit cross with me if I end up smashing some of the pots as well, so she's probably not going to be too impressed that I've stuck these on the gazebo, if I'm perfectly honest, but that's why we did it when she's at work. Anyway, well, next thing is obviously I've got to chuck some knives and some axes at this, so I'm going to get my bits and pieces set up. I'm just going to have a bit of a cool down because I'm absolutely sweating at the moment, so yeah, we'll get those bits ready and have a bit of a throwing session and see how we get on. Right, okay, I've had a bit of a cool down after all the excitement of putting these targets up, and I'm backing out again to have a bit of a throwing session. So I think I'll start off by just having a bit of a show you on some of the bits and pieces I've got here. These are some I've made and some that were bought as well, so I'll just run you through quickly. That's me throwing axes. You might recognise that from one of my early videos, and a couple of those that I made for throwing axe purposes, but never really had any targets until now, so that's cool. And these are some SOG throwing knives. These were given to me by my brother for Christmas, and obviously that's inspired me to get into this sport, so to speak. And then I've got my sort of no spin style throwing darts almost thing. It's knives. It's kind of inspired from like the Ace Jet Adam Cheladin style throwing knives. So I watched that, and I see I had a bit of metal in my shed when I've been knocking about down there, and I created these to sort of look a bit like. They work pretty well actually, so I'm pretty happy with those. So I've got a video coming out on how I made those, and I did make some bow shurikens as well, some little ones like that, made out of similar metal from the other ones. I've got a video coming out on that soon as well, so you'll see how I made those. Pretty simple to be honest, but they're pretty good fun. And then finally I've got me tomahawk. This is great fun to throw. I had a bit of a go with this a little while ago, and it is good fun. So yeah, that's my tomahawk. So yeah, I put the sun right to my eyes here while I'm facing the targets. That wasn't really well planned out, to be honest, but it is what it is. You've got to work with what you got. But we're going to have a bit of a throwing session now and see how we get on. Obviously, before you start being overly critical, I've only been doing this a couple of months. I haven't really had that much practice at it, so I might be pretty rubbish to start with, but you've got to start somewhere, so let's just get throwing and see how we go. Right, these are my first throws. I'm going to use these knives here. They're completely unscathed at the minute, the target, so this is my first ever throw on it. I think what I'm going to start with is I believe it's called military half spin. So that's what I'm going to go with first, see how this goes. I'm going to basically aim at the top target on this side. Rubbish. Yes. Ooh. Getting quite a good penetration. That's nearly an inch. Whoops. So they went pretty well. I'm going to try the bow shurikens to see how these go. We're just going to go for a half spin, military half spin. I think that is again, or I could go I'll see how we go. Don't want to run before I can walk. Perfect. Got to throw these a lot harder because there's not as much weight to these, so got to really pelt these. Beautiful, in a line. And 3/4 of an inch of. Next up, we got the SOG. I think these are SOG fling throwing darts. When I've had a go with these before, I found that there was a cord wrapped around the handle, and it was a bit of a pain in the neck, so I took it off. And a bit better result with it. I'm not brilliant with these, but let's give it a whirl. Rubbish. Not very good with these. I haven't even got a single one to stick yet. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I think that was a full spin. Just getting the correct distance there, so see if I can get the right distance again. Try again. No. Yes. Right, now I'm going to try my axes, see how I get on with these. Could be fun. Ooh, that was lucky. Ooh. Now I'm a bit better with those. They're a lot of fun. I do like those, but I can see these being good at destroying your targets quickly, so might limit how much I use these, but obviously they're all new at the minute. But yeah, I'm just going to have another quick go because actually they're a lot of fun. Hey, on the bottom one. Okay, now finally I've got my tomahawk. I like this one. It's nowhere near as heavy as the other axes. They've got quite a lot of weight to them, whereas this one was a really small thin head on this one. It's really quick and very light, so this should be quite good fun. I'm hoping I'm going to have as much enjoyment with this one as I did the ones, but let's give it a whirl. I knew there was a reason why I like that one. That one was a 100% hit ratio on that one. Got every shot to stick. Admittedly, the first shot I think hit the bottom log, but they all stuck. So the reason why I like that one, good fun. So I'm going to carry on practicing for a bit more and see how we get on. Heads. Oh dear. Right, that should conclude this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been something a little bit different and something I've been wanting to do for a little while. And yeah, so I'm going to carry on practicing myself. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop us a like. That would be super cool if you could. And if you could subscribe, I'll be super happy with that. And hopefully I'll catch you on another video very, very soon. So enjoy yourselves, have fun, be safe, and I'll check you again very soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.